Hi everyone, I'm Tom Carlson with Mark 7 Reloading, and this is the Evolution Commercial. The Evolution Commercial is a commercial press that we build for international use. It's the same operations and features as the direct drive Revolution, but it satisfies ITAR compliance, so it's very easy for our international clients to get it overseas. I'd like to give you an overview of all of its features and benefits. Let's start with the 14-inch commercial case feeder. This is designed to hold a large volume of Brennus for continuous throughput, and you do not need to stop operation to continue to fill it. Next, I'd like to point out the bullet feeder. Now, this is a Double Alpha Bullet Feeder Pro. This is about twice the size of our standard bullet feeders. And again, continuous throughput, you can consistently load that with more projectiles while the press is running all day. Moving down to our digital powder measure, what this has is precise consistency. We recommend using ball and flake type powders, and you'll get extremely accurate ammo. We've got a lot of clients out there that have used these for many years. They're extremely satisfied with the results. You'll notice a newer feature that we've implemented in our Evolution series, which is the IR case feed housing. One of the benefits of this housing, it's a much simpler, sleek design with no mechanical pieces involved. This means that you can just put it in place, plug it in, and start using it right away with no maintenance required. The next feature is our 10-station tool head. Just like our Revolution, this allows you to break all of the stations apart so you can really dial into your particular needs. It's got an integrated dual guide rod, which helps fight against any type of deflection for consistent, precise ammo. You'll notice our steel case feed housings. These are also an upgrade that we've done recently that comes standard on all of the Evolution commercial presses. They utilize the heavy-duty Titan eject finger for consistent ejection of all your brass. Next is our automated priming system. We use a vibratory bowl that holds about 300 to 500 primers at a time and is continuous operation, so it allows you to consistently keep it full without having to stop the press for operation. Now I'd like to go over the sensors that come with our presses, and so we'll start right around the circle with a decap sense. And what this does is if you're using fired brass, it's going to alert you if a spent primer does not become ejected, the press will automatically stop for you. Our next sensor is a swage sense. What this does is insert itself into the primer pocket prior to getting to the priming station to ensure that you have no obstructions, no ringers, and you have trouble-free priming operations. The next sensor is going to be our primer orientation sensor. So after you've seated your primer, it's going to check and make sure, 1, it's present, 2, it's not upside down, and 3, that it's not too proud or too deep. The next sensor is going to be our digital powder check. Now what that's doing is telling if you have a grossly over or undercharged case, and it will stop the press in that case, alerting you. Lastly, we have the bullet sense. This sensor is set up to identify a correctly oriented projectile. If that projectile is missing or upside down, the press will stop and alert you so you can correct it and move forward. We have sensors that are automatic with every press, and those are internal to the unit. The first one is going to be our digital clutch. That's an adjustable pressure sense. So I can adjust from a number between 0 and 20, which is the amount of pressure that's being applied on the downstroke. The other is called torque sense. Now that is looking for any type of obstruction during the upstroke or indexing of the shell plate. So if there's anything in the way or anything that's going to impede your operation, this press will stop and tell you. I'd like to also give you a quick view of our user interface. Now on our tablet, we have 5 submenus now. We're constantly updating our software and firmware to satisfy the needs for commercial safety and user-friendliness. So a few of those, just to go over, is allowing you to choose between 1,000 and 3,500 rounds per hour. Now, 3,500 rounds per hour is for processing brass. You don't want to operate that fast in a loading fashion because you'll end up spilling powder or toppling bullets. So generally speaking, your full loading continuous throughput is around 1,500 to 2,500 rounds per hour. So we can select that easily on our menu. You'll notice that we have digital clutch and torque sense operations. We can single cycle the press when we're setting it up to make it much more simple for us. Some of the other benefits and features you can see is it'll give us a consistent round count per hour, as well as telling us how many rounds were made in that session so we can keep track throughout the day. You'll notice that you're enabling or disabling sensors on the fly with our press. So that's something that just every bit of efficiency is going to help your operations. If you have an 8-hour workday, you're able to make more rounds in those 8 hours. The next is our setup menu. Here we have features that allow us to control the speed of the indexing of the press, as well as pausing the tool head at the top and bottom of the stroke. The reasons we'd want to do that is to increase efficiency on the press itself, or pause it to make sure every granule powder is getting into the case. That creates better consistent ammunition, and it keeps our operations clean. And the last is our settings menu. This is a feature that really differentiates some of the commercial clients and some of the personal users. We have a term called prosumer. Those prosumers might be high volume individuals, or they might be shooting teams. They don't manufacture ammo for sale, but they still require a press like this because of the amount of ammo. What these features do is allow you to disable or enable certain notifications that commercial clients may really want and consumers may not. So the Evolution Commercial is available in calibers between .380 and .308. Now there are some larger calibers like a 6.5 by 55 Swedish or a 7.62 by 5.4 Russian, as well as some other calibers. If you don't see it listed, please feel free to contact us and we can probably walk you through the availability. The Evolution Commercial is used by hundreds of commercial clients, loved by thousands of individuals, and loaded millions of rounds on. If you'd like more information on it, or you'd like to purchase one, contact us directly via the website, email, or the phone at 1-888-462-7577. I'm Tom Carlson from Mark 7 Reloading, and I hope you enjoyed this.